What is up, everybody? Once again, it is time for Funko news. I know that some of you are kind of antsy, especially with details about NYCC. Don't worry, we will get there. Before we get into any news at all, though, I definitely want to thank everybody so much for the support. I'm very close to reaching 5,000 subscribers, and I just can't thank you all enough, for sticking with my channel, being very supportive. Even if you're not a subscriber and you're taking the time to check this out, just know that I really do appreciate you. I appreciate all of the support that I get. Okay, let me go ahead and get into it now and hear Funko news for September 20th, 2017. As always, I want to start off with what is available right now. Now, I already pointed out before that the Spider-Ham Adorbs figure is starting to show up in some Walgreens. I did not point out Ant-Man at the time. The reason why really is because I didn't have the best image, but now I'm sharing it with you all that Ant-Man Adorbs is appearing in Walgreens as well. The most recent Five Nights at Freddy's figures for the sister location are appearing in stores as well, and that does include the Chase figures as well there that you see. Bruce Banner has been kind of up and down on Toys R Us website, but you can look for him in store as well, of course, and of course that's Bruce Banner from Thor Ragnarok. The Bosburger Tina figure, which I've shared several times now, I actually went ahead and ordered this figure myself, and then I actually learned afterwards that the proceeds from that figure are actually going to a very good cause. Box Lunch in general tries to help out people by providing meals. So it says that buying that particular figure could help with up to 10 meals, to help people out. So it's actually for a good cause as well. So I'm definitely going to link that one down below. I will link Bruce Banner down below as well. But just remember, like I said, if you go and it says that he's sold out, doesn't mean that he's completely gone. They may put him back up at sometimes. I think they kind of do that on purpose just to sort of space out the I guess the shipping and to give different people a chance. I'm really not completely sure what the reason is, but again, if it says sold out, don't lose hope altogether. All right. And then some other figures here that I know some people were amped about. The Team Fortress 2 figures are already starting to show up. I haven't seen anybody with the Portal figures yet. I would assume they're on the way as well. But again, Team Fortress 2 is starting to show up. And then also the Elvira Rock Candy figure. A couple of people have gotten their hands on it. So, like I always tell you, if something is not in your stores yet, be patient. More than likely it will get there. And Walgreens, I can't say that completely, but for the most part, these figures will get there. You just have to be patient sometimes, because Funko figures don't hit every store in America at the same time, or every store, around the world at the same time. So just be patient. Moving on here, the Crota and Crota Chase figure, which are Target exclusives, are starting to show up. These have shown up in several states, and I do have that little number there that some people have been asking about, so you can check that out if you use BrickSeek, that app. Me personally, I don't really vouch for that. I feel like it's not always accurate, but if it works for some people, so be it. But again, the Crota and Crota Chase are available in some areas. In some areas they've started to show up. By the way, if you want a good laugh, go check out eBay and see what is going on with this figure. I hope that any of my viewers would be intelligent enough to be patient and realize you do not need to pay hundreds of dollars for this figure. That is insane. And if it comes down to it and you can't find it, at least you're being sensible. You're not going to eBay paying some ridiculous price for this. Please don't do that. So the latest item on the Funko shop is an item I actually thought had been released before, and somebody could let me know. I feel like I've seen this before, so maybe it got delayed or something. I don't know. I feel kind of mixed up here. And really, when I do Funko news, I cover so much. Sometimes, honestly, it is tough to keep things in line. Things get kind of jumbled up. But yeah, I know that there was a big gruesome figure. He had a solo pop figure for SDCC, but here you see this is a big gruesome, Dorbs ride, which is available on the Funko shop right now. $25 plus shipping and handling, of course. This one I'm not going to worry about linking down below. I think most of you, if you've been collecting, you're familiar with the Funko shop, so to kind of keep an eye on it. But again, you all let me know if you feel like you've seen this figure before. Maybe it was just advertised before. Maybe they just put out the promotional art for it and it wasn't actually available. Who knows? But it definitely looks familiar to me. So something new also on the Funko shop is that they now have a skate shop going on. I'm not going to read their little blurb there for you. You can check it out. But and also I really don't know much about the world of skating, so I don't know if these prices are reasonable or not for their skateboards. I wanted to make sure I included some of the prices here you see on the left hand side of the screen, and it does go beyond the skateboards. They do have clothing as well. I do like some of the designs, like the Freddie Funko with the ice cream faces and everything. So I do like some of the artwork that's going on here. But again, I don't know enough about the world of skating to know whether or not these prices for the boards are reasonable. If anybody is involved in that world, you can let me know what you think about these prices. So right after I recorded my last video, remember I said I could not believe that there's actually going to be a Flock Bob Ross, and literally just a couple of hours after I recorded, it not only was confirmed, it became available on Target's website. Now it's a Big G Creative exclusive, but it's available with Target. Now to buy the figure though, it does come along with a game called The Art of Chill, and that is a game based off of Bob Ross. So it is like a package deal basically. That's why it's going to cost you $35. This is another figure that's in the game along with it that's been kind of on and off of the website. At the time of this recording, it was still available, so I will put that link in the description for you if you are interested. And yeah, again, they did it. They actually made a Flock Bob Ross, and I gotta say, it actually looks pretty good. So the King Felix Pop, maybe this will be the last time that I cover this, but I want to share it one more time because the game is this Saturday. And then also I just like these images here. These are some better images, and you see that they actually have a large pop version of King Felix there at the field. Okay, so I'm not going to run down the numbers again. You can check that out. I've shared these previously, but just to remember, if you're going to get any of these King Felix pop figures, you do have to be at the game, one of the first 20,000 people into the game this Saturday. Okay, and that is the 23rd. So some bad news, if you haven't already heard, some people were able to actually place an order for the Orange Bird figure through the Disney Shop app, but it seems like those orders are not going to be honored. They're going to be canceled because Disney is basically saying that that was a mistake, that people were able to make those orders. This is something I really want to hear your opinion on as well. Do you think that Disney is, it's fair for them to basically not honor those orders, or do you think they should have honored them? My personal opinion, I think it's best to honor their mistake. I mean, it really was, even though it was a mistake and it may have been an innocent mistake, I think they should honor it. I know that recently Pop Culture, they had a mistake on their site where they had the I think it was like a bundle deal for the next Rick and Morty figures. They listed them too low in terms of price, and some people were able to place that order. They went ahead and honored it, and they quickly corrected that on their site, of course. But yeah, again, I want to hear it from you all. What do you think about this situation with the Orange Bird figure? To me, it just it rubs me the wrong way just a little bit. So some figures that I don't have images for, but people seem to be able to go inside of GameStop and pre-order these. Again, go to GameStop and pre-order these. You cannot pre-order these online, and like I said, there are no images for these figures yet, but it seems there is going to be a Pop Deluxe of Leia on the speeder bike, which I think is a pretty great idea. As far as the original trilogy goes, that's one of my favorite sequences. Still absolutely love it, so I think that's, again, a brilliant idea. And then Hello Neighbor, I'm actually not familiar with this game, but apparently there's going to be a pop of the neighbor, and then the neighbor with axe and rope. Okay, so both of these, if you go into GameStop, you can ask about them, see if you can place the pre-order. So the red Stormtrooper figure that I was kind of waiting to see what was going on with this, and it turns out that this isn't not only exclusive to Target, but it is exclusive for Red Card members. Okay, people that actually have the Red Card with Target. So that makes it exclusive, and on top of exclusive, pretty much. It's almost like an Inception thing going on there. So starting October 1st, Red Card owners can purchase the Red Stormtrooper on Target.com. Now, I'm assuming that the Red Card is, I don't really know about that. I don't know if that's a credit card or if it's like a discount card with Target. If somebody knows more about it, you can definitely share with me. But again, this is for Red Card owners, and there are actually some Red Card owners that actually got this figure early. I know, including some members of like the press that were able to get their hands on this figure early. So yeah, bad news that this won't really be readily available, but yeah, it'll be online for people that have the red card. So next up here, Reptar glow in the dark figure. Now I know there are a lot of Nick fans that may have already, and Rugrats fans that already got a Reptar figure, but notice here again that this is a glow in the dark Reptar that is exclusive to Entertainment Earth. It's up for an October release, but you can actually order it right now. I will put the link in the description. At the time of this recording, that link was working, but I would say don't procrastinate, because they claim that it's it's selling very quickly. So yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, if they're trying to just push sales, but I wouldn't take the chance. If you're interested, follow that link and see what's going on. And then, of course, more Nickelodeon on the way. I've been saying this for a while. I think we all knew that there was going to be plenty more Nickelodeon on the way. So we see here, starting off with Hey Arnold figures. Of course, we have Arnold and then Helga. And as far as these images are concerned, I wasn't really sure exactly what the scale of these figures is together. But I think if you know the series, you know that Helga should be taller than Arnold, actually even taller than I had them to scale here. So hopefully that will be accurate with the actual figures. These are of course up for November release, and there's even more here. We also have Rocco's Modern Life. We have Rocco with his dog Spunky, and there is a Chase variant when Rocco is sick. I actually remember that episode very well. As a matter of fact, I was a huge fan of Rocco's Modern Life, so it's really cool to see these figures being made. They also have Heifer, and then there is a Chase version of Heifer. Heifer prepared for Halloween. Although I gotta say, the Heifer figure is not as accurate as Rocco. Heifer should be even bigger and rounder, but maybe that's kind of tough to pull off, and to fit into a pop box, but it's accurate enough. Then they also have the Angry Beavers here. Now the commons, you do buy them separate. From my understanding, they don't actually have the images of the figures with their box yet, but I'm assuming that you do buy the Angry Beavers separate. But FYE will have a flocked 2-pack of these figures. So there's still so much more that Funko can do with Nickelodeon. I'm sure they're going to keep on doing even more with it. You all let me know what are some characters from Nickelodeon that you haven't seen Funko make yet that you would like to see. One figure I'm still waiting to see is Quail Man. I feel like they got to do Quail Man. I also think that they got to do more of the characters from Rugrats, like Phil and Lil, maybe a Phil and Lil 2-pack. Then it'd also be cool to see Angelica, maybe with her Malibu Stacy doll. Like there's just a lot that they can do, especially with 90s Nickelodeon. So yeah, you all sound off. Let me know what else you would like to see. So there are some Tron figures on the way, which isn't a surprise because they just revealed the Dorbs very recently. One thing that's cool about these Tron figures is that they actually have they're all glow in the dark, whether it's the Chase or not. But you see they have the actual Tron figure that just is glow in the dark, and then they have the limited edition Chase figure. As far as the Chases are concerned, and they do have Sark here as well, but it seems like the Chases might be metallic. I don't know, Funko didn't exactly state that directly, but just looking at these images, it seems like like I said, the Chases might be metallic, which would be interesting to see exactly how their glow works out. It could be a combination like they did with the Duck Dodgers. There were certain Duck Dodgers figures that were both metallic and they had glow to them. So we'll see more of what happens with that, especially as these release, and they're up for a November release. So Rick and Morty, yes, there's more Rick and Morty, and these figures here, Funko is basically treating these like part of wave 2 of their Rick and Morty figures. That's fine with me, whatever works. So you see here from a very recent episode, they have Toxic Rick and Toxic Morty. These will be Target exclusives. I think they look all right. One thing that bothers me just a little bit, I feel like Toxic Rick should be very angry looking. If you've seen the episode, you know why I'm saying that. And he wasn't angry like the entire time, but yeah, to me it just would be a little bit more true to the character. Obviously they did make some use of some older molds here and made some changes to them, but still, yeah, it would have been nice to see Toxic Rick very angry looking. And then they have, and forgive me if I messed this name up here, but Cornelius Daniel, I definitely remember this character. What I really like about his design, of course, is he's chowing down on the nuggets there with that Moulin Szechuan sauce. So, that's a great reference to the latest season, which, by the way, I know I've been saying that I think the latest season isn't as funny as the previous two. I still feel that way overall, but the latest episode, the one that aired this past Sunday, was absolutely brilliant. I love that episode. The one with Morty and his memories and everything. I don't want to say too much about it if you haven't seen it yet, but that was a great episode. Okay, so these Rick and Morty figures are up for a winter release. Of course, you can look around on different websites for pre-orders. So getting back to New York Comic Con, like I've been doing for the past couple of videos, I'm not going to name off every single figure here because I've been doing these as Funko has been revealing these. So if you need to pause and take a closer look at some of the figures, make sure that you do so. And you know, of course, you can always go back and check out the previous videos as well. But again, you know, just for the sake of time, I'm not going to name every single figure that has been revealed for New York Comic Con. Okay, and I know that a lot of people have seen the most recent ones, you know, which is fine, but I want to share some information beyond that as well, which I will get to later on. So Crumbopulous Michael, another figure from Rick and Morty, has been revealed. It's kind of funny that with SDCC, they had a Rick and Morty figure that they revealed not as part of a particular wave, and that was, of course, the Tinkles with Ghost in the Jar figure. They're doing the same thing here for New York Comic Con. Again, they have Crumbopulous Michael, not revealed as part of a wave. They just, you know, revealed that this figure will be available. Okay, and for all of the NYCC figures, I've been saying this, and I actually think I have it on like every screen here. They should release on October 5th. Possibly late night, October 4th, basically, you know, past midnight. So yeah, that would be the time frame, around October 5th. Hopefully things will run a little bit smoother this time than they did with SDCC. You know, we will see. Okay, and then one of the latest waves that they shared, of course, was the Marvel wave. Personally, I gotta say I'm not blown away, but you know, it is what it is. The Grandmaster, one of my subscribers, and forgive me, I can't think of his name off the top of his head, but he pretty much called this. Yeah, Grandmaster, I wasn't even thinking about it that I had seen the figure, but he hadn't actually hit store shelves yet. So, I mean, here he is. Grandmaster will be a New York Comic Con exclusive. Same thing for this version of Hulk, a very stripped down, casual looking Hulk going on there. We have the Old Man Logan Dorbs, and then also the Old Man Logan pop figure, which I think we pretty much knew was on the way. There was that proto that was floating around, the images of that proto that had been floating around, so really no big surprise there. And then continuing, we also have a flocked Lockjaw figure that will be New York Comic Con exclusive, and James Gunn, the director of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Funko actually said this is something that they would get to, making more director pop figures. I think this might be only like the second one. And the first director, I'm sorry, his name escapes me right now. I know he directed some comedies with Jenny McCarthy. So yeah, there has been another director that has been made before. Maybe we will see some more directors made into pop figures. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez as pop figures. I think that would be cool. And maybe Alfred Hitchcock. I mean, they do have the minis of him, so why not do a pop figure as well? So we'll see what happens with those in the future. My personal opinion on this Marvel wave, though, I feel like it almost feels like they took figures that were going to be commons or maybe store exclusives and just decided to make them New York Comic Con exclusives. These to me don't really scream out, you know, a convention exclusives. But that's just my personal opinion. I just think there's some okay figures, and I will go for that Old Man Logan. But overall, I'm kind of underwhelmed by what they offered up here for Marvel. And then finally, the last wave of New York Comic Con exclusives. Here we have a focus on Freddie and Friends. So we have Freddie Funko Statue of Liberty version, which will be limited to 6,000 pieces. And I got to go ahead and tell you all that if you don't know, when a figure is limited in number, more than likely that means it's going to be convention only. It may be convention only, which means that you're not going to find it just, you know, shared with a store. Now, that doesn't mean you have no chance at all of getting it. It could appear on the Funko shop briefly in small numbers. Funko may actually do some giveaways with the figures as well. Who knows? But more than likely, these are not going to be shared in store. So again, the Statue of Liberty Freddie Funko limited to 6,000 pieces. The baseball Freddie Funko Dorbs, baseball player Freddie Funko Dorbs, 750 pieces, very low number there. I've seen images of this before, but I just wanted to kind of wait and see if this was going to be NYCC. But you see there we have the Lucky Charms Dorbs, 3,500 pieces. I actually do like that one. That's cool. Not a must-have for me personally, but it would be nice to have. But again, that's going to be a tough one because it is con only. And then Bone Daddy. Bone Daddy is another one that I've seen sort of the rumors of it, and I was just going to wait because I figured it would be revealed very soon. So yeah, Bone Daddy, which is one of the spastic plastic characters. That's kind of going back to Funko's history when they started off with original characters. He is limited to 4,000 pieces. So again, more than likely these will be convention only. So yeah, it's going to be kind of tough there to get your hands on these. And remember again with NYCC, October 5th is when the figure should drop. On October 4th, again on October 4th, keep that date in mind. That is when Funko will officially let us know what figures are going to be shared and where they will be shared. So also here, relating to New York Comic Con Loungefly, remember Funko struck up a deal with Loungefly for some products. So you see that they have this very awesome looking Nightmare Before Christmas backpack, which will be limited to 300 pieces, and that is $45. And then on the right hand side here, I feel like I've seen this before. Maybe they had this at SDCC as well. They have this Stranger Things backpack, which does come along with a pencil case. Again, limited to 300 pieces. This one a little pricier though, $55, which is understandable. It does come with the pencil case as well. So again, these will be at the Loungefly booth in the convention, and you see the number of the booth up there, 1032. Okay, if you're going to actually be at the convention and you're interested in these, again, I think these are pretty cool designs. So let's keep things moving here to the rumor mill, which will be a little bit interesting this time. So let's go ahead and get into it. So for starters, I got to cover Coco again one more time, and there's a rumor that Coco Pops might be, wow, that sounds funny to say Coco Pops, but anyway, Coco Pops might only be sold at Hot Topic and Toys R Us. I'm treating that as a rumor just because it sounds a little unusual. Just have figures limited to just 2 stores as opposed to maybe store exclusives or, you know, just a broad release. So we'll see what happens with that, whether that's true or not. Regardless, these figures are still on schedule to be released early October, possibly landing on October 1st. Now, next up here, people remember we're in the rumor mill. We are in the rumor mill right now, so most of this is not confirmed. The only thing that's confirmed here is what Toy Tokyo is going to have. So Toy Tokyo will have the figures from the Black Hole movie. That's the old school Disney movie that I think came out in like 1979. So they are confirmed to have those 2 figures. They're also going to have the Land of the Lost figures, the Sleestack and I think it's Enoch, and then they will have the black and gold Dragon Zord as well. So again, Toy Tokyo is confirmed. They confirmed that themselves. Take the rest of these with a grain of salt, okay? And I'm actually not going to read all of these off. You know, you can kind of see for yourselves what Toys R Us might possibly have, what Barnes & Noble might possibly have. Although I will say the rumors for Barnes & Noble have been floating around for a good while, and I have shared these previously. So the Barnes & Noble ones are pretty likely, but again, not 100% there. Okay, we also have Box Lunch, FYE, BAM, and Hot Topic. So of course, we know that Hot Topic is definitely going to get more than that. You notice here, nothing has been revealed for what GameStop might get. But again, I just gotta stress this. These are rumors right now. Nothing here is 100% confirmed. You know, time will tell. We'll learn on October 4th or not, you know, whether or not this is solid, because a lot of people shared possibilities for SDCC, and I will say for the most part it was accurate, but there were some things that were not accurate. So people, please be patient. But I know some of you want to see what the rumors are, where figures might appear. So I wanted to share this. By the way, if a figure is not on the screen, that means there's no rumor about it yet. So obviously I can't share it if there's no rumor floating around. So I'm not going to just speculate out of thin air. I'm going off of what some people have come across, especially images kind of leaked from stores and everything. So yeah, I'm going off of some stuff that seems somewhat solid, but it's not 100%. Gotta say it one more time because I know some people are probably gonna ask in the comments, if it's not listed on the screen, then I don't know any rumors about it. So just be patient. So next up here, spoiler alert, and this is going to really be the last thing that I want to share for the video. One of the figures that will be in the Thor Ragnarok box, the collector core box. If you do not want to be spoiled on that box at all, if you're expecting to receive it or you're considering ordering it, and you do not want to be spoiled, you want to be completely surprised, this would be the time to go ahead and check out of this video. But if that's not a big deal to you, you can stick around. So last chance here, spoiler alert, if you don't want to see one of the figures that will be in the Thor Ragnarok box, then you really need to go ahead and check out of this video, and thank you for watching up to this point. Okay, so if you're still with me, that means you don't mind. So one figure that will be in the box, and I'm using Funko's wording, they said one figure. Now that doesn't mean that automatically that it will be 2 pop figures. I really hope it's 2 pop figures, because I still feel like there's a certain Thor figure that they should make. But we know here now that there is going to be a Loki figure. This looks very similar to the common for Thor Ragnarok. Obviously the biggest difference is that he has his helmet on. So I mean, really that's the major difference. To me, you know, it's an okay figure, but I mean, seeing Loki with the helmet as a pop figure is really nothing new at this point. So that's why I really hope that they do Thor with his basically battle arena armor and everything on, and those weapons and the shield. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome if they had those two together, but that's not 100% guaranteed. You know, so I really can't think of what else they might do with Thor Ragnarok. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for this video, and you know, finally we got to the point where we got to see everything that should be at NYCC. I wouldn't count out any last minute surprises from Funko, but they seem like they're kind of saying that this is it. That's what's going to be available for NYCC. So you can all let me know what are some figures that you're looking forward to. And also, what do you think about NYCC overall? Me personally, not nearly as impressed as I was with SDCC, but I mean, maybe that's just the way it is, because San Diego Comic-Con is like the biggest convention in this country still, so maybe that's the way that it's just going to be. But yeah, I feel like there are some odd omissions. I gotta say this real quick. Now, Yondu did not show up as a Marvel figure. Personally, I'm okay with that, because I know they're going to do more Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 figures, and Yondu with the Mohawk is one that I'm still hoping for. So if he's going to be easier to find, that works for me. I'm okay with that, you know. So, and also I was expecting more from Rick and Morty, but again, they're gonna keep doing Rick and Morty figures. So if they're going to be easier to find, again, I'm okay with that. So I'm okay with some of the things that we did not see for New York Comic Con. But I still think they could have had some more interesting surprises. Again, let me know what you think about what is going to be exclusive for the con this year. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. Again, thank you all so much for the support. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Remember, if we can get one of my videos to 1,000 likes, then I will do a full collection video. Also subscribe if you are new, and please share the video. Let's really help out the collecting community. Okay, that's going to do it for now. We'll talk to you all again real soon, and you all take care.